Now, I have to be very careful about the use of this word suffering. There's two very distinct uses of that word that I define in my books. One has a capital S, one has a lowercase s. So, as far as I'm concerned, every life involves some suffering. It's like that song, isn't it? Into each life, some rain must fall. Okay, so what is that? This suffering is the suffering, this is lowercase s suffering, which is caused by simply the process and the experience of being alive. Sometimes people we love get sick, or we get sick. There's a suffering in that. Sometimes someone we love dies. Sometimes we lose a lover and our relationship breaks down. There are many occasions when suffering will arise in a life, and becoming free of one's personality, which is basically what these books are about, does not protect you from that. This is the way we're made, that we love, we have loved ones, and sometimes we lose loved ones, for example. Why should that not cause a certain suffering? This seems to be part of life, the way it's made. So the idea of creating a kind of idea of a perfect life where we don't suffer is crazy. And also, you don't learn, do you? Let's face it, we learn a lot when we suffer. There's a great quote: "Smooth seas do not a great sailor make." So this is suffering with a lowercase f. Now we're going to talk about suffering with a capital S. This suffering is the product, arises from our identification with personality. So it's a very different sort of suffering. We're mostly talking psychological suffering, I guess. So we're talking about being identified with the mind, and a mind can be, as we all know, very busy. It can worry, it can project into the past and the future, and it can create all sorts of desires which we think were going to help us, and then they don't come true, and then we suffer because they haven't come true. We have emotions. What emotions are, we're going to talk about later. We have strong emotions that, we're depressed, we're overly sad all the time, and our lives are burdened with these things. We have, there's endless ways that we can suffer with a capital S. And these all come from our identification with the personality. So my next point is that when identification with the personality falls away, this kind of suffering can fall away with it. So that's the good news.